And we are officially live, baby.
We're live, man. What's up?
Not much, man. I'm ready for this. Are you ready for this?
Let's do this. Let's get it going.
All right. So, just a moment, guys. Let me get this recording started for our episode of Four Pillar Sports. And, all right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Four Pillar Sports. This is Randy. Joining me, as always, is my brother, Chris.
Yeah, man. Wow.
It's really hard not to say Cooper.
We got it. We got it right this time.
I did. I got it right. So that's all that matters, man. That's all that matters. Man, we're inching ever closer to WrestleMania, bro.
Yeah, we are, dude. I mean, and not only that, we're inching closer to the NFL draft.
Yes, sir.
We're inching closer to the NBA Finals.
Yep.
It's a good time to be, a sports fan altogether.
Absolutely, man. Of course, the men's NCAA tournament, the next round, is going off right now.
There you go.
So the Sweet 16 is officially underway.
Right.
So good luck to everybody. And of course, today was the official opening day for Major League Baseball.
Heck yeah, dude.
So we were going to cover a lot in a short amount of time.
Let's do it.
All right. So first off, let's talk about our wrestling talk. Or wrestling pillar. Whatever we're going to actually call these segments.
We'll call them pillars.
Yeah, the wrestling pillar. All right. So, Broski, what are we talking about with recapping of Raw and SmackDown lately?
Oh, dude, there's been so much craziness going on. We've got AJ Styles and LA Knight. The LA Knight ended up at AJ Styles' house, started a fight with him, and then ended up. The cops showed up and took LA Knight to jail.
Wow.
And then, of course, AJ Styles dropped the charges.
Right.
And it sets up for a good storyline, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot going on there. Then on Raw, we've got the whole debacle with Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns and The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
So on SmackDown, Rhodes did his face to face with The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
I mean with Rhodes, and then or with Roman Reigns.
It's
sorry.
okay. It's okay.
Yeah. He did his face-to-face with Roman Reigns, and then, promised that he would show up alone. And, of course, Reigns said, I promise the same.
Right.
And then nobody showed up alone. Actually,
course.
the Bloodline showed up, and then, of course, you had Jey Uso and Seth Rollins show up.
Absolutely.
So that was
crazy.
pretty cool. And then on Raw, Cody Rhodes got the beat down by the final boss.
Oh boy.
Oh man, it was like one of the worst beatdowns I've seen. He actually was backstage. He was beating up on Jimmy Uso, beating up on Solo, and then The Rock came out of nowhere and blindsided him. The only thing I don't like about this is he didn't even get a lick in, dude. He didn't even get a swing in. None of that. The Rock just overpowered him and beat him. I was just like, what the heck, dude? Then they cut, came back, and all of a sudden he's bleeding. I'm like, really, bro?
Right.
Like, okay. But, yeah, I mean, it makes for a good storyline. The road to WrestleMania is here.
Yes, it is. It's really starting to heat up as we're just a little over a week away. Oops. Sorry, I just wanted to adjust this a little bit. It's my bad. Well, now I'm too far into it. I'm just trying to get me a little bit more in. Okay.
Yeah, since it's your life.
Yeah, so that was my... Anyways, yeah, man, I mean, it's really starting to heat up. We are just a little over a week away. It's going to start the week from Saturday. We're now, was it about 9 days, I believe, officially? Or less than 9. I mean, technically, we're almost at 8.
I mean, we got Bailey versus Io Scott.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man. We've got the man versus mommy.
Yep. We'll see. We get to see who really wears the pants.
That's going to be awesome. We've got the tag match between Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, and The Rock and Roman Reigns on night 1.
Yes, sir.
Night 2, we see what happens. If Cody and Seth win, then the Bloodline is banned. If the Bloodline wins, then it's Bloodline rules, which means anything goes.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So it's going to be really interesting, man. We've got a tag team tournament going on.
Tag team tournament to figure out the final 6 pack
for the 6-pack ladder match.
challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard for Judgment Day to walk out as tag champions.
It very much is, dude. It's pretty crazy.
So it's going to be absolutely insane. I'm looking forward to it. Next week when we do our next live and our next episode 4 is going to be exclusively a WrestleMania episode, wrestling episode. So basically what we'll do in that episode is we will actually do a match by match breakdown and give our predictions for the match card for WrestleMania.
Yeah, definitely, man. I can't wait for that. And the only little somber part is we'll have to, kind of make that pretty much for the podcast that night. But, I mean, it's going to be fun.
It's going to be. I'm looking forward to it. So basically now we're kind of in that weird phase with wrestling. They're trying to keep the stories going without making them overly dull as we get really close to this big pay-per-view. Since we didn't have a pay-per-view to kind of
between. It's kind of weird not having the pay-per-view in between, but I mean, like you said, it builds a storyline.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be interesting to see what happens with this dude. I hope that Cody finishes the story.
Yep.
Because we've seen a lot of that when he was in AEW, where he was really good on the mic, but he could never quite get there in the ring.
Right.
And it sucked because he's talented, but it's finally good to see him getting a good push. He's on the cover of 2K24.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't finished the full game yet, just got it. So I don't know if he finishes his story there yet either.
Right? So, yeah.
If I never get to it, he'll never finish the story.
It's going to be your fault if he doesn't finish
My
the story.
fault.
It's all his fault. But, man, what I was really excited about, not really excited, one of my predictions came true a little early for WrestleMania. Him and I talked about it, saying I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see CM Punk show up and make his presence felt in the match between Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight title. And he's already made his presence known by showing up to Monday Night Raw in Chicago. Because, he is the second city saint.
And you can't have... What was it? You can't have WrestleMania without Phil in Philadelphia, as he put it.
Yep.
And... whatever, dude. He's got one of the biggest egos out there. I mean, I still don't buy the fact that, he's all about WWE. I think he's more about his money. And, and he got a good paycheck going over there. So, the fact that he got hurt right away kind of shows some things. So, yeah.
All right, absolutely.
And hello, everybody.
Yep.
Sorry if we're not saying hi. We are recording right now.
Yep. And I just wanted to wave to everybody on Clapper real quick.
Hi, Clapper.
Just let them know, hey, we do know you're there.
Right.
If you're there, if you're here.
In your chat, Randy.
What's that?
Or in your chat.
Hi, everybody in my
What's up,
chat.
everybody?
Anyways, my favorite line though was from Drew McIntyre in regards to CM Punk. He talked about how he's straight edge, doesn't drink, doesn't do drugs, but yet he's always in rehab.
Yeah, right.
Because he's rehabbing his injuries.
Rehabbing some type of injury, so...
I was like, that's a great line
Yeah.
right there. I loved it. I was so excited. All right, man, so let's go ahead and switch gears and let's do some football pillar talk. How
Let's
about
do that.
So we got a lot of stuff coming out from the owners' meeting that happened this last weekend. We had some rule changes. If you haven't seen our video on 4 Pillar Sports, go ahead and check it out. We talk about one of them a little bit, but we're going to go a little bit more in-depth here. So we give you a little bit of a precursor on that video, and then we're going to really go more in-depth starting with this. But first I wanted to talk about one of the ones I was really excited about, and I'm sure everybody in the league as coaches will be excited about. The Detroit Lions wanted an amendment to one of the rules, and they was successful. And coaches are awarded a third challenge after one successful challenge, rather than having to get both successful challenges to earn a third one. That's going to be big.
Yeah, and like we talked about it, before the podcast, I mean, this makes for better, it makes for better, oh, I'm sorry, I got lost here. But yeah, What were we talking about?
The third challenge that happens now if you just get one a successful challenge rather than having to get both.
Oh yeah, this makes for better freaking
Coaching strategy.
coaching strategy. That's what we were talking about. Sorry,
Yes.
I drew a blank there.
It's okay. You got distracted. It's okay.
Wait, something's on the screen. What's going on?
We gotta look at something.
Deer
real quick.
headlights.
What's that? Don't look at the light. No, I can't help it. It's so
I
beautiful.
can't help it.
Anyways, I mean, dude, I'm looking forward to this because there's a lot of times where I'm pretty sure coaches are like, I could challenge that. I might win. I might not. But I really want to make sure I can still get a third challenge, or if I want to get something that I know is 100%, I can get.
Oh yeah,
Where-
definitely. Because we've seen a lot of challenges last year where we were like,
Or a lot of plays last year
or a
where
lot
that
of
weren't
plays that
challenged.
should have been challenged.
You're
And you're
like-
like, what's going on here, dude?
Dude, why didn't you challenge that? That would have been easily picked up.
Right,
And they're
right.
like, but they were hesitant. And they're like, and they let them play out. And you're
Now
just
they
like,
have a little bit. They have that little safety net.
yeah, so you don't you can be a little bit more risky and be like, hey, you know what? That's close enough. Let's throw the flag. Let's see if we can get something on that.
Right.
Because you're not now wasting a challenge necessarily, because you still have one more challenge in your pocket to still try to get, and then award yourself that third challenge. So that I was looking forward to a lot. Another good one is that, speaking of challenges, passer down by contact or out of bounds prior to a pass is now challengeable or reviewable as they have it, but it is considered challengeable. So that's big. A lot of times where you get close calls where the quarterback seems like his knee might have hit before he threw the ball away, or if he was too close to out of bounds and you're not quite sure if he got the ball out of his hand before stepping out of bounds, now that's reviewable. That's going to be huge.
That's gonna be huge. Yeah, that definitely is.
Time
Man.
is in there on your live.
I don't know who she said or who that was. I think that was you.
Kevin, what's up, brother?
Oh,
Thank
Kevin,
you
anytime.
for joining in.
Hey, Kevin,
Thank you
anytime.
so much, man.
So that one I'm looking forward to because, like I said, that's going to make some better refereeing to me. They don't have to be so worried about it because it is now challenge or reviewable, as I would preferably say.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that because there's been some close calls. Though I would still prefer if they'd stop watching Lamar Jackson run around like a chicken with his head cut off while his offensive line holds the crap out of people.
Yeah, let's not talk about Lamar Jackson. I'd go on that rant all day long.
Me too. After that last year when we should have beat him. Anyways, so of course the most controversial one was the hip drop tackle. As I said, Cooper and I made a video on that. We stitched the Pat McAfee show. But yeah, man, that's going to make tackling so much more difficult. Now you basically have to figure a way to tackle them without dropping weight, dropping your weight or relieving your feet basically and swinging yourself to bring them down. You still can't hit them high. You basically shouldn't be hitting them in the knees, even though that still technically is legal. I was wrong when I said that in the video, that the strike zone is knees up and neck down.
Yeah.
So I was wrong. It's still technically anything neck down, but now you're just making it hard. You're now just basically telling them to take them out at the knees.
Yeah. That's
And I'm still pissed. I don't care what anyone says. That hit was intentional on Higbee in the playoffs against the Lions last year. I don't care what anybody says. You can't convince me otherwise.
Yeah, dude, that was a hard hit, and we both looked at each other like, is he gonna get up?
And unfortunately,
The fact-
he's not even playing next year.
Yeah. So
This next season. We'll be lucky if he plays again this season. We'll be lucky. He'll be lucky if he plays
He'll
at
be
all.
lucky if he
He's
plays
up
again
there in
at all.
age. Because he was up there in age. I'm not saying he's old, but in football terms, kind of old.
Yeah.
And he's taken a lot of hits in his career already. And which is why we signed Colby Parkinson in the offseason. So we had somebody who's actually kind of similar. So it's not too bad, and he's younger. So, but I'm going to miss Higbee. I'm going to miss Big Rig Hig.
Yeah, I thought it was so cool when we went to the Jaguars game and we actually walked behind him and his family.
Yeah, that was pretty
That
cool.
was pretty cool. So
Yes, sir. I was looking forward to that. That was fun, too. All right, next up is the new kickoff rule. So I had to write a lot down so I can get you all the breakdown properly
there you
for
go.
this one. So the kicker will remain at the 35-yard line. The rest of the kickoff team will line up at the opponent's 40-yard line. The receiving team will line 9 players at their own 35, so within 5 yards within the defenders, or tacklers, I guess, the kicking team basically. While 2 players will be in the return zone. which is between the goal line and the 20-yard line. If the ball lands in that zone, a return must be attempted by the return man. If the ball lands prior to that zone, the ball automatically comes out to the 40-yard line on the receiving team's 40-yard line. If the ball lands in the end zone, the ball will come out to the 30-yard line of the receiving team. The kicking team and blockers for the receiving team cannot move until the ball is caught by a return man or it lands out of play.
So that's. I mean, that gives the runner a little bit more time too.
Well,
Because usually when the kickoff hits, they're already running down the field. So by the time the guy gets it, you're
Right.
lucky if you can get up the field.
and you're not allowed to do fair catches in the return zone, so
Right.
you can't do a fair catch. But basically, this was basically a way for them to try to save the return because last year only 22% of all kickoffs were actually returned. A huge change from when they went to make it safer for people, which we understand you got to be safer. At the same time, you can't also not tackle NFL.
Yeah,
I
I
digress.
think honestly with the kickoff, it does need to be safer. That's one of the things that I will not dispute at all because we've seen a lot of guys on special teams get hurt that they shouldn't have got hurt.
Right.
I mean, if because when they're that momentum, dude, that the running they do, having to go down the field to get the receiver and whatnot,
Yeah.
it's just too much sometimes.
So they reduce the amount of time you get to run towards the receiver to build
Right,
up
that
steam.
helps.
So that helps. So it's less hard collisions, less forceful collision is basically what that is between the blockers and the kickoff team. You also give more opportunity for returns, though. I kind of agree with McAfee a little bit in the aspect when they were talking about it, because it was originally supposed to be the 35, just like the UFL does, which was the XFL now UFL. Their kickoff was punitive, where they got it at the 35. It was a touchback. He thinks that even if it's going up 5 yards from the 25 where it was the past few years to now the 30, that teams might still just boom it into the end zone and say, hey, 5 yards is 5 yards. So it's instead of 75 yards, now we got to defend 70 to keep them out of the end zone.
Yeah.
Where some people be like, well, that's not where some defensive, some coaches be like, I trust my defense enough to cover 70 yards. Whereas if it was 65 yards, you're like, I don't really want to make it that much more easier for the offense. So I kind of understand where they're coming from, but I still think we'll still see some teams, because it's basically you have an opportunity to really get returns, which is what we want, because the play was basically an automatic get up and go to the fridge and get a snack or drink or
Right.
beer in some people's cases.
Right.
Or now it's like, okay, now, because that's what they did with the field goal. Or, I mean, not the field goal, but the extra point when they backed it up. Because it was 99.8% automatic from the original placement of the extra point. But when they backed it up, it's now dropped to under 90%. A huge difference.
That is a huge difference.
Especially then when you get into later in the year, because then the weather really becomes a factor
It
in a lot of places.
And it definitely makes you want to watch it more. So yeah. Less getting up for drinks and all that. Just sitting there watching some good old football.
Yes, sir. So I'm excited for that. But I'm excited to see the return possibly be saved. And now the NFL wants to see how this goes for the season. They might tweak it again in the offseason to still keep it, depending on how much returns actually go up. And then if that's the case, then we're going to see a little bit of a tweak. And then they're going to focus on what they can do about punting. So the only thing I don't like is there's no onside kick surprises. And they can only be by the trailing team in the fourth quarter. Under 2 minutes.
Oof.
So...
Hey, Dad, how you doing?
What's up?
Good to see you.
Which chat's he on? Yours?
He's on mine.
Okay. I was just wondering. I was like, which chat is he on?
Anyway, I know we've got like 3 of them going.
Right.
So
Well, I know he's not on the Clapper
we
one.
know he's not on the clapper.
But I know he follows me there and you, so I just didn't know which one he opted.
Right.
All right. So next up is the bylaw change requested by the Pittsburgh Steelers. So congratulations. The trade deadline to move to the week after week 9. So all games completed after week 9. That Tuesday will be the final deadline to make a trade. That's basically now over half the season, just barely. That's what 55%, I think, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
But basically, you're halfway through the season. Now you have a chance to decide. All right, are we ready to go? Do we have everything we need, or can we make a tweak to really make a playoff run? Or hey, man, we're pretty much going to be out of it. There's not really anything we can do. Maybe
start trading your players.
Trade somebody, get some picks back and start getting ready for next season. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, it really makes sense to do this, especially
absolutely.
Especially about that time of year. Like you said, you pretty much know where you're going. You're either going to the playoffs or you're going home. So
well, you don't know you're going to the playoffs, but you know if you're fighting still for a playoff
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know that you got a chance at that point.
Yeah,
so
you're still in the hunt.
You're in the hunt for it, and I mean it makes for better football, for everything, for
Right, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, because it goes from basically better from the fact that it was previously I think it was week 5.
Yeah, I think we talked about week 5 and then
something like that, and then it now moved to week 8, and it's okay. Well, now it's after week 9. Now you have exactly over half your season. Now you get a real idea. Hey, man, let's see if we can make a move that really puts us into the driver's seat and getting a chance to really secure a playoff spot.
Yep.
That's what I love about it. All right, let's see here. And then the last one I wanted to talk about, they are going to allow unlimited times a quarterback can be active from the practice squad, or elevated in their case, as an emergency third QB on game days. So that's good news. That's not going to count against you having a guy on the practice squad as a quarterback, and he can still dress and be not technically a player, an active player, but in case you have that need a third quarterback in a game, starter goes down, and then the backup for some reason ends up going down, and you don't have, Joe Blow from the wide receiver core that you kept on this team,
right?
Because he's an awesome special teamer who played quarterback in college for a year, and then moved to wide receiver at some point, and you're like, oh crap, I need a quarterback, and Joe Blow's got to have to be my quarterback. And now I know, okay, I got my third quarterback. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to put him in.
Yep.
And that actually stems from what happened in the NFC title game, not last year, but the year prior, when the 49ers saw their starting quarterback get injured, their backup quarterback got injured. Christian McCaffrey had to play Wildcat quarterback for a little bit, and then they tried to bring back in their starting quarterback, and basically was trying to let him just hand off, but the game was pretty much out of hand by then anyways, but it was just unbelievable how that ended up all going. So, hey man, I mean, it happens.
It'll definitely help, dude. Definitely help.
I think that works great, because then you don't have to worry about, hey, I got to elevate this guy a bunch of times. Well, now it's unlimited because you need him.
Yep.
Or you might need him. You want to have that backup that's going to potentially play but not play.
Exactly.
You hope he doesn't, but if in case you do, you're not going, hey, Joe Blow from the wide receiver corps, come play quarterback. Or you're not telling your star running back to play Wildcat quarterback.
Right.
And then you're really going to have some fun. Don't get me wrong. Christian McCaffrey as a Wildcat quarterback was pretty entertaining for a little bit. But once the Eagles defense realized that they were down to CMC, it was on, baby. They came. That defense was smoking that Niners offense at that point. All right. So you ready to talk some baseball?
Let's go.
All right, so Shohei Ohtani has had an interesting situation of late. He has been involved, supposedly, allegedly, with his interpreter, who has had a bit of a gambling problem. $4.5 million, to be exact, was covered by Shohei Ohtani, allegedly. Shohei Ohtani did come out this week prior to the opening day and stated that was not in fact true. He did not have anything to do with gambling. He's never gambled. So, buddy, that doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't look good at all. It kind of sucks for him too, as a, superstar, you're coming into a new team.
Yeah.
And you're wanting to make good impressions.
Yeah.
This doesn't help. But really, in all actuality, if he wasn't involved, it wasn't really his fault. I think it was kind of like what we talked about earlier, how I think that they need to come up with a plan to get interpreters that actually work with the league or work with the teams themselves and go through a screening process.
Yeah.
Because whatever happened here, it was, obviously he doesn't speak very good English.
Right.
So whatever was said might have been misinterpreted somehow.
Yeah.
So I hope the league figures something out. I hope he's okay. I hope he wasn't involved in any kind of way, because this could be very detrimental to the Dodgers.
Absolutely, it definitely can be. Yes, Bill gambling with his own money, if he was actually gambling, whether or not that's true or not. But it's hopefully it wasn't on baseball, because if it's on baseball, he will be automatically banned for life from Major League Baseball. If it's not on baseball, then he will be probably just kind of looked at sideways a little bit and be like, "Don't do that during this time, and during certain times." Kind of like the NFL, basically. They have that rule. As long as you're not betting on the NFL and you're not doing it at the team facilities, there's nothing we can do about your gambling. Just please, for the love of God, just be smart with your money. It's basically how the NFL looks at it. But if you're at team facilities and making bets, that's illegal. And then, of course, if you're betting on your own sport as well, it's illegal. Although I've always been the proponent of, if you're not betting on or against your own team, why is that really a problem? I guess that's just my mindset. But then again, now with the way our culture has become so a little bit more tight-knit with the way how things are community-wise and the social media aspect, a lot more athletes are friends. So I guess now that's probably more of a problem, because who's saying you're not reaching out to your friend and going, "Hey, man, I kind of need you to kind of suck in this game for me so I can win some money. I'll give you a little extra on the side, too, if you kind of play like crap."
Yeah, man. And what sucks about it is a lot of the time, you think that some of these games are rigged too. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'm hoping that he doesn't, Bill. I'm hoping it's all good for him. He came out and said he had nothing to do with it. I want to believe him. There is no evidence at this time that he actually did anything wrong. So until we have evidence, I don't want to presume him guilty, even though that does seem to be society's way now for some reason.
Guilty
is now you're guilty
innocent.
until proven innocent, instead of rather innocent until proven guilty. So I'm going to believe him. There has been rumors that he's also been misinterpreted by his interpreter, that his interpreter would say one thing one way and then he won't get what the actual question was, but he'll say it in a way where it sounds similar, where they can get an answer that they or the media's okay with, and then vice versa with Shohei and the media. So it was really hard. He gets enough money, so Pete Rose. Well, yeah. Pete Rose, of course, is now getting all the advertisement money now, so he's doing real good. But yeah, I'm really hoping that nothing bad for Shohei. I'd really hate to see it. I mean, it would suck, but the Dodgers lineup wouldn't be too bad without him. Because we did really well last year offensively without him. It just would really suck to finally get this great player and then him just be gone.
Right. It really would.
But he had a good day today. He was like 2 for 3, I saw, at the plate. Got his first actual hit as a Dodger, as a first official hit, because they don't count spring training. So,
right.
First time attending. Appreciate your live guest. Thanks for hopping in, Bill. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you, Dad.
So yes, today was also opening day for Major League Baseball. I'm so excited. The Dodgers won, so now we're up to. Well, we already had our opening day in Korea. So we're up to 2-1 now on the season, as everybody else will either now be 1-0 or 0-1.
There you go.
We got a few game lead. We got like at least a game and a half lead on everybody. So I'm just hoping we have a good year. Pitching's still a little, especially after Yamamoto got lit up in spring training. Oh boy, I'm hoping he does better. Other than that, I think we're done with baseball. Ready to move on to basketball?
Let's do it.
All right, so for the basketball, we're going to just kind of go over the standings a little bit and talk a little bit of news that we had. In the Western Conference, it is on top right now in order. Denver's the 1 seed, Minnesota 2, Oklahoma City 3. The Clippers are still at 4, New Orleans is at 5, Dallas is at 6, Phoenix is at 7, Sacramento's at 8. The Lakers are at 9, and Golden State is at 10. And of course, we went to 10 instead of 8 because we do have the play-in situation. So that's why we went all the way down to 10. I'm not doing it just because the Lakers are at 9. So
He always says we. Just so everybody knows, it's always we.
it is we.
We.
Anyway, so but I'm just saying it's not because I'm a Lakers fan or he's a Lakers fan.
Yeah.
It is because of the fact that the team is in the play-in part of the tournament. Because now we're going to do the 10 for the East. In first place, we got Boston. Second place, Milwaukee. Third, the Knicks. Fourth, the Cavs. Fifth is Orlando Magic. How about the Magic, baby?
Right?
And it was just last year I was complaining about their ownership.
Well, there you go. You just got to give them some time. I mean, they're a young team, so.
Very young team, and they're starting to play like a cohesive team. So
There
it's
you go.
like, all right.
It's gonna be nice to have maybe a team closer to home to actually root for.
Right? Or, you trade everybody to the Lakers and get LeBron and Monty, and I'll be happy. Shh. Well, I mean, hey, come on, man. You got a couple. We've had a couple of Magic guys end up as Lakers. Why not one more? Come on. Last time they had the number 1 overall pick, I believe that was Shaquille O'Neal. No, sorry. And Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
Last time there were 2 number 1 overall picks before have became Lakers at some point. Just saying, wouldn't hurt. Just saying. Paul Beccaro would make a great Laker. LeBron James can come to Orlando. Anyways, Indiana was 6, Miami is 7th, Philly is 8th, Chicago and Atlanta round off the top 10 at 9 and 10 respectively. Dude, I don't know what is going on, but after the Clippers had that really good start after they had a bad start after the James Harden trade. Got it together and then started really clicking as a team. Westbrook went to the bench. And then all of a sudden they did a little bit of an adjustment and then boom! There you are. All of a sudden, it seemed like they were going to be the team to beat out West. Even possibly beating the Nuggets.
Right back to trash.
And then all of a sudden, after the All-Star break, trash. Yeah, they're just like us. Trash. Oh, me. I'm more trash than he is, but I'm just saying. Oh, what Bill say? Magic lost last night, but like football, any given Sunday. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I'm just excited because hey, they won, Bill. I mean, they're winning. They're in 5th. We've been listening to them be at the bottom of the Eastern Conference for pretty much the last decade, pretty much.
Right.
So it's kind of cool that they're actually gonna be in the playoffs. They're actually not even in the play-in. It's not even like they took a step of like, okay, we just missed the playoffs last year. And now this year we're in the play-in. No, they went, no, screw the play-in. We're going right into the playoffs, baby. We're guaranteeing our spot. So, hey.
Let's go, man.
I wish the Lakers could do that.
Yeah.
Well,
That's the difference between an old team and
a young team. The only problem is that old team, though, has playoff experience and will do a lot better in the playoffs.
There you go.
That's going to be the difference, too.
Yep.
Because we saw that before, too.
Yep.
Because that's how the Lakers ran that all the way to the Western Conference Finals last year, is we played a lot of young teams, and we beat the crap out of them. Yeah, that was fun. Of course, then we had to play Denver. Just freaking Jokic, who can just throw up a shot and make it. And it's like, the frick did you make that?
He's nailing, bro.
I'm pretty sure he is. I don't even think he's from this planet. They just say he is.
Yeah, he's nailing.
So, I'm just... I don't know what's going on, though, in Golden State. Bro, in San Francisco, that team is falling apart. I mean, besides age, Draymond Green has gone nuclear. He got ejected again last night within the first 4 minutes of the game. 4 minutes.
I don't know what his deal is, man. Don't know what it is.
It's like he's gone crazy. He's been hitting people, choking people, yelling at the referee. I mean, my God, it's like, dude.
I'm tested for steroids, dude.
I guess, because he's mad about something.
Something's going on, man.
I mean, something's spiking that testosterone level out of whack. I mean, my God.
We're taking them horse steroids.
I just couldn't believe it, dude. I was like, dude, how do you can't even last 4 minutes in a game?
Right.
I mean, shit, dude. I mean, I might at least
For
like
something
4
like that,
minutes.
you should get a pay dog. Like they should penalize you for that.
Oh yeah, they shouldn't even count as a game.
As a game or even a.
So you get docked a game check. Yeah,
Game
I agree with
check.
that. If they still gave him his game check, I'd be like,
Yeah.
even if I'm his teammates, I'd be like, we really give him a game check for him playing 4 minutes?
4 minutes. Yeah.
Not even really 4 minutes, and he got himself ejected like that? I mean, come on, man. I mean, or at least I'm fining him about half the game check back. Because that's ridiculous, dude. I don't know what is up with that. That's just absolutely insane. I kind of feel it's like weird because they did so good to win that championship a couple years ago, and then now it's just all just gone, dude. It's crazy.
It is, man. Just nuts.
Yeah, and I feel bad for Steph because I was like, man, I'd like to see Steph stay on top, but his team's like gone.
You can't carry it on your back. You
No.
can't. So.
No, Clay's a shell of himself. He's not even the Clay of before. I don't know what his deal is. Though when he went to the bench, it's kind of sparked an attitude about him. He kind of got a little pissed about it and started playing a little better. Still not great, but
But a little bit.
better. It's better than what he was playing. It's just kind of sad though. I just was like, oh my God, Curry. Now have your team. It's his team. It's not even him. It'd be
Right.
one thing if it was him, but it's not him. And he's got to be frustrated because he's like, I'm the only one that can still play this game at a high enough level, and y'all are playing like garbage. And Draymond can't even stay on the court,
And at what point does Curry say I want out?
right? Or he just kind of says, "Hey man, I love my brothers, but they just got to go, and they got to bring some new blood in."
Yeah.
That's why I kind of
Or
want
it gets the
the
well.
LeBron trade to go through. This is why I would have taken Clay. Just saying. Sorry if you couldn't hear me on there, but yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, man. Come on,
Right.
LeBron can go up north, and we can add Clay, and I mean, I would have dealt with Draymond
I mean,
for
Dad was a Lakers, so.
exactly. He's technically still a Laker because he's on our a radio team. So
There you go.
I think is our radio team or is it also our TV broadcast team? I think it's also our TV broadcasting. I think he does both. I think he does the radio and TV broadcast.
Nice.
So, not that we get to hear it or watch it because I'm not paying for the NBA pass.
Yeah.
Especially if the team can barely win. Though I don't know what is going on with Anthony Davis, bro. And I hate to take this and make it a Laker thing all of a sudden. Sort of. But I
It don't matter.
Well,
he will.
the only reason I'm excited because Anthony, they said in his last 100 games, he's played in 96. He hasn't done that before. Not even as a Laker, he's done that.
So it just means he's staying healthy. Though.
He's finally
That's
staying
good.
healthy. I don't know what he's doing differently besides not falling, I guess. Because every time he hits the floor, I'm like, no, oh, not the fragile one. Why does the fragile one gotta hit the floor? He's so fragile. I'm gonna wrap him in bubble wrap to make sure he survives. Dang. I mean, soon we're gonna see him running around out there in knee pads, elbow pads. gonna have the goggles from the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar goggles. Just so it doesn't hurt his eyes. It's gonna go away in a few seconds.
Okay.
I'm not reaching over again.
I don't blame you.
I'm too fat for that. I'm not ashamed to admit that I'm too fat for that. Told you it was gonna go away though. So I mean that's pretty cool. Guys, if you haven't also seen our new video, though it was kind of going crazy before we started this on Full Field Sports. We talked about one of our new favorite white guys in basketball. He won't be joining the NBA, at least according to his own words, if you've seen the Pat McAfee show. But he was announced as Cracker of the Day, so we were pretty excited for that. We got to show the white guys love because we don't have much to go on anymore in sports. We've been pretty much kicked out of sports. So this is what we get to do. We get to commentate and talk about sports because we don't get to play anymore, basically.
There you go.
They told us no. You're not allowed to play. Oh, you want to play basketball? No, sorry. You're not Austin Reeves talented? No, sorry. No, fine. Got to at least be on Austin Reeves level, and I'm definitely not even close.
Right.
At least Austin Reeves got some talent, man. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what. There's another basketball thing I wanted to talk about. It's kind of on me right now. You got anything?
No, that's about it, brother.
I think we're done.
This
We
has
got
been
it.
fun,
We got this episode done before an hour. I was pretty impressed because I had a lot of crap written down.
right?
We didn't really go hard into wrestling because it's kind of hard to go into wrestling. Like we said,
Yeah, because the next time we do it, it's pretty much gonna
it's
be
the whole episode is going to be wrestling talk.
So
As we break, like we said, we're going to break down the whole entire match card and give our predictions.
right.
And hopefully they'll at least have the freaking match card set up on what's night 1 and what's night 2 by next Wednesday.
I'm
Oh,
hoping so, man.
and we're sorry that this is a day late. We appreciate you for tuning in anyways.
Yeah, we're old men. Like, we were gonna do it last night, but we both looked at each other like, nah.
And I had to make a quick run into town, and then by the time I got back, it was almost already 8, and I had to also get us dinner, and I was just like, you know what? I'm tired. You don't look like you're awake, about to stay awake much longer either.
Nope.
Because I already know, and I even admit, I was like, I didn't sleep very good last night, or the night, that night, the night before.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I didn't sleep that well. You look like you're about to fall asleep anyways yourself, because you look like you've had a rough day. Which you kind of did, but not like a big rough day, but rough enough where you're just like, I'm not
I don't
here.
feel like doing nothing.
And I understood that, so we are just like, let's just push it back one more day. We'll be good to go. So we did.
And we did, and then we ended up getting a storm last night, and it was like, oh my god, dude. And I've got dogs in the house, so when there's a storm that goes up, they trip out.
Yeah.
Like, freak out, and I'm like, come on.
It might as well be the 4th of July.
Yeah.
It might as well.
And then we also have a rabbit in the house, a lion head rabbit, and this thing is cool.
Mhm.
It's like the sweetest little thing you'll ever have, but
She is sweet.
she is cool. But it sucked because the storm hit and she started hitting her head on her kennel, and my wife had to go over and check on her because we were tripping out, like thinking she was gonna hurt herself. So
She kept running around.
like she was freaking out because when that lightning hit, it went.
Yeah, because I even told him. I told him earlier today. I was just like, man, I was sitting there playing my game, almost done with it,
Yeah.
and I had heard lightning and thunder like about 30 minutes prior to this big boom. Now, so I was like, I thought maybe it went past us and we didn't have to listen to it the rest of the night because I hadn't heard it in a while. So I was like, cool. 'Cause I had already got my shower in and everything, so I was just finishing on my game. I'm like, yeah, about ready to be done with my game, and then all of a sudden I just hear out of nowhere this. I'm like, holy crap, that's not cool. Because I thought we were
It
done.
always sucks because, like, I've always been told don't play video games during storms. Don't be on your electronics, things like that. And when one goes off while you're playing a game, it really trips you out because you're like, oh shit.
Especially when you didn't hear anything for like a long time, so you thought you were good. You're like, all right, we're good, we're cool.
Yeah.
And then
It's like
oh.
it's like welcome to Florida, dude. Like you never know what 1 hour is gonna be from the next, dude. And it's totally true. Sometimes you have to plan your whole day around storms.
Yeah.
And kind of time it up so you don't get rained on or whatever else.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I basically told everybody else, including your uncle when he came to visit, I was like, hey man, they're like, how's the weather out here? And I said, it's Oregon, but a little more extreme.
yeah.
It's just a little bit more extreme. Because sometimes you just have that. Because in Oregon, you sometimes just get a random thunderstorm out of nowhere, and you're just like, okay, cool, whatever. But here, it just.
Here, random thunderstorm, tornado warning.
Yeah.
It's like, what the heck,
Well,
dude?
tornado watch, then all of a sudden becomes warning when it wasn't supposed to become a warning, and then you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, the one time they actually called my wife's phone.
They called everybody. They called me too.
Everybody. Well, it tripped us out, and we were like,
Why
oh
is the
my God,
sheriff's
dude.
department calling me? Tornado watch has been in effect. What?
Yeah, I was like, what?
Or tornado warning is now in effect.
So-
What? You said tornado what? We went from watch to what? Do that to me. I can't deal with this crap right now. So I told everybody on my computer, on my team chat, my work, and I was like, oh, well, I'm now in tornado warning. So I'll be getting off for a little bit. Bye.
Bye, guys.
And got off, and I didn't even shut down the computer. I just put it in sleep mode and walked out of my room. Or actually, no, I turned off all my lights and then laid down until I thought it was clear because
There's nothing you could do, dude.
there's not.
Like everybody always says, oh, run, duck, hide. It's like, if it's coming, it's coming. There's not much you can do about it.
Yep. So I just laid down and went, well, I'm going to lay here, watch a little bit of TV on my phone, and hope to God it's still here in the next hour or so.
The thing that sucks the most is when you got kids and you got to keep them calm while you're kind of tripping out. It's like, oh, man. But I always...
Yeah.
I always try and read, like Bible stories to my kid about it. So,
Right.
Yeah. So it helps.
Yes, sir. All right. So we've gone on long enough, I think, with this episode.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and end this one.
Let's do it.
All right. We're going to end the recording. So we appreciate everybody who tuned in to listen. Sorry for
Yes,
the little
thank you,
bit
guys.
storm episode, too.
Right?
I guess,
I know. We're just talking.
Yeah, now we're just talking. So we appreciate you stopping by. Tune in next week again for Wrestling Talk, a whole episode where we talk about nothing but WrestleMania. And then, of course, the following week will also be just wrestling because we'll be recapping WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So next 2 episodes, be sure to be ready for a lot of wrestling. And no, we're not going to wrestle each other. Maybe thumb wrestle. Maybe we'll thumb wrestle.
Yeah, we're too old to be doing all that.
He's too old.
Yeah, I really am. I feel like an old man anymore.
Yes, he's old. Look at all that gray hair.
Anyways,
Anyways.
whatever. At least I have hair.
Shh. We'll talk about my skin, my beautiful head of skin.
You want me to buy you some oil for that head?
No, because I still get hair. It won't go away. Like it started going away, but now it won't. I'm a little pissed off about it. Anyway, so I appreciate you all for tuning in. Be sure to tune in next week. And we are out. All right, guys. So what's up, chat?
What's up, everybody?
Yes, Bill. 4 Pillar Sports. Go follow if you're not. Wait, I think you are following.
Yeah, follow on there if you're not following. I think Dad's following though.
I think he is.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm still calling you Bill.
You can call him Bill.
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 Yeah, at least you're not shouldering about it. No, I don't like that. You can just call him Bill. When he's like, no, you can't call her Mary. You can't call her Mary. You got to call her Mrs. Cooper. All right, let's see here. I'm going to need to pull this. I'm going to need to export this. Wait, we have somebody in there. Hi, Clapper.
Hi, Clapper. Hey, everybody.
Let's see. I think it's still your dad there. No one's in mine at all. Look at that. I had 325 likes though. You got over 1,000 likes on yours.
Wow.
Good job. Jerk.
Right on.
Like that. Good job, jerk. Let's see here. I really don't like that you don't have a freaking 10 keypad on this thing.
You can plug in my other keyboard. It would help.
No.
Well, then there you go.
It's your fault.
It's not my fault. You didn't plug it in.
I don't want it in.
Has joined your life.
And they're gone.
Oh. Hi, bye.
Whoever Blake was. Alright. We're trying to get to 1,000 on our our 4 Pillar Sports one so we can actually do lives on that
Yeah.
instead of our own.
But what's cool about Clapper is we
Where?
go live on there. What's up, guys?
Yeah, there's no one there.
Yeah.
Export. Okay, there it goes. It's exporting now. Waiting for that to export so that way I can save it from there to the hard drive. Anybody at all?
Somebody joined. Who's joining?
Nobody joined. It still says 0 on mine, 1 on yours. It's still your dad.
It's still my dad.
Still your pappy. Pappy needs to meet needs to meet Mammy.
or as the kids call him, Poppy.
I mean, he needs
It's
to
the
meet,
Poppy.
He needs to meet Mammy. I think your dad probably is a Rhea Ripley fan. He just won't admit to it.
Mommy. Yep.
Bill, are you a Rhea Ripley fan? Go ahead and admit to it. We know you are. I mean, come on, we are. He really is.
Yeah.
He's because that old weird thing where he had about hardcore chicks
We won't go into my
preferences.
my preferences.
Where'd your wife go? Because she's not in either one of ours.
I know, she was supposed to be moderating. Where'd she go?
Probably fell asleep.
Probably.
Hello. Well, it said Joseph joined, but I don't see Joseph being up there, so. Hey, someone's in ours. Hello, people.
Hello, hello.
Ahoy there, matey. Okay, I can take this off and turn it off. You're about to die?
Finally? How many times have you charged these things? Like, maybe twice, 3 times?
Oh, yours. Yours is actually still. Nope, yours is now trying to die too.
Is that trying to die too?
Yep. There it goes. I'll get these charged up before
Well, it's
next
been
week.
fun. Maybe we should go on here and just go live one night, just hang out.
Yeah, I'm doing that from my room, not in here.
I don't blame you.
And you can be in here and I can be in there.
Yeah. So we don't have to be so close to each other. Oh.
Yeah, I really don't like this. You creep me out. It's probably a bar check thing. No? Nothing, Bill? Really? Alright. Thought maybe I would have gotten him on that one. A response out of that. You know, so is that
Oh, look, he's back. Back again.
Tara's back. Tell a friend.
Trying to act like she was there the whole time. She full of it.
I know, right? Full of poop.
She left me.
TikTok video.
She
Oh,
left me.
see, you did
Oh, see,
leave.
now
Watch
she,
TikTok
now she's
videos.
scrolling, man.
She's like, enough of these fools. Forget these fools. Hello, if anybody joins and stays, you're not staying. Alright, I need the thing, bro. Where's the thing? It's over there.
Whoops.
Who said whoops?
There.
Yeah, whoops.
Yeah, right. There ain't no
Brat.
whoops.
Big brat.
She full of it.
Alright, I think we're
done.
gonna be good, bro. I don't know if we can do anything else on these lives.
Yeah, I don't think so, man. It's been fun, though.
It has been. We appreciate everybody who stopped by. Y'all have a good night.
We'll see you next week.
My bad, sort of. Yeah, you're bad a lot, not just sort of. Be sure to tune in next week, guys. We appreciate it. Good night.
Good night, Irene.
Oh, you just had to say it, didn't you?
Yep. Why not?
That's yours. Merry Christmas. Night, Bill. At least I was nice and said night to your dad. Sucker. Oh! Look at that guy. Look at that guy. Ah! That guy's better looking.
Not really.
Still better than me.
How much?
Well,